internet. So for fall I wanted to beef up some of my basics, and I saw some things that I absolutely loved in J.Crew, and I was also lucky enough to find my perfect pair of boots for fall in the Halt Renfrew sale at a really great discount from a brand that I really like. So I'm going to start off by showing you those boots because they're the only thing that I'll show you that's not from J.Crew, and then I'll go on and show you everything else that I got. About 2 years ago I purchased a sweater from Rag & Bone that I still wear all the time. It's just such a great navy and black with white trim sweater. So I've been really impressed with their quality. So when I saw that Halt Renfrew had some boots from Rag & Bone in their clearance, I felt the need to try them on, and I was not disappointed because they have extra super padding in them to make them ridiculously comfortable, and the sales girl told me that they have some of the best quality leather that Halt Renfrew carries. Now normally they're pretty expensive. I think they retail for about $5.50, so they're definitely on the designer end of boots in terms of prices. But these ones were on clearance, so I ended up paying $320 for them, which is still a lot, but I thought they were really quite something special because, as you can hopefully pick up on camera, they are very dark inky navy, and they have a little bit of a southern edge but not too much, so that I can actually get away with these in the office and with dressier outfits if I want to. In the fall I think these are very convertible, trying to show them to you against the white so that you can see them a little bit better. So you can see they have a really high quality leather sole and a stacked heel, which is going to be super durable for fall. I'm going to spray them because they are suede, but I've always had a really good experience with suede wearing because to some extent it's actually a little bit more forgiving than leather in terms of being scuffed and everything like that. I really like that they have a zipper, which makes them really easy to get in and out of. I think they'll be wonderful quality. They are made in Italy, and I love that they have a round toe. So my preference this year was actually to buy a pair of last season's boots because I looked at Steve Madden and Stuart Weitzman and a number of brands that, like, from the high end to the lower end, and all of them are like super pointy Julia Roberts and Pretty Woman boots, and that's just really not for me. I do not like that style at all. So actually I preferred last year's style, and that's what I wanted, so I was so happy to find these, and I'm just so in love with them. For me they're just such a great fit because I'm basically obsessed with navy, and I found that like something like 60% of my wardrobe has some kind of navy in it, so I just think they'll be great. For fall it's just such a lovely soft neutral to wear. So moving on to J.Crew, I got quite a few things from J.Crew that are definitely more basics, except for this accessory that I did want to show you that I purchased on clearance. So for J.Crew jewelry, which is quite expensive for something that's not real, that's costume jewelry, this was actually a pretty good deal, which is why I picked it up. I've never bought J.Crew jewelry before because I just wasn't sure of the quality, and so this was 20 bucks from the website, and I really like that it's not too full of rhinestones, so it has more of a matte look to the metal, which is sort of a gold tone, and then it's got this baby blue that will look great with all the blue in my wardrobe. It's got a little bit of navy in the upper stones, and it's got this really neat rusty color that's really different on the lower stones, with only a little bit of rhinestones on the side to just sort of make it all look a little bit more girly, but it's not too glitzy, which isn't really my style. And then into the clothing, you guys will see this stuff is all very basic, but I think that's a wonderful thing for going into fall because fun accessories like pearls or jewel tones or things like that are going to be huge for this fall. So actually beefing up your basics when you see them on sale, especially like I did, is kind of a great way to prepare yourself for that, and then you can just use accessories to make everything more interesting. So they had a huge sale on pants in the Vancouver J.Crew store a while ago, and in that sale I picked up a pair of chino pants. So some of you may know them as cargo pants, but they don't have pockets like cargo pants do. Chino pants are more like golf pants, and they're usually made of a thick twill or something like that that's sort of nicely cut enough to wear for like a business casual environment. It's a little bit nicer than jeans. And I adored those Andy jeans. I bought them in army green, like a khaki color, and white. And I've worn them to death on the colder days of this summer. They were each about $25, but nobody else had my size in stores for me to buy more because they do run quite large. So I ended up picking up this stuff on the website and getting that same deal so that I could buy more of them. So I got the classic sort of chino color, and then the second pair that I got, bringing my grand total of Andy pants to 4, which is just embarrassing, is like this dark charcoal gray. And this is actually probably my favorite out of the two. I feel like it's a really unique color that's going to go a lot with the gray stuff that I've bought and accumulated, and also actually looks really good with navy too. So the thing with the Andy pant is that if you're shaped like me, which is kind of a little bit more pear-shaped with a large behind, you may know my struggle to fit into pants that aren't going to be too big at the waist but are still going to fit everything else nicely. And it's such a struggle for me sometimes to find good pants, and there are a few good brands like Ann Taylor, J.Crew, and Paige that just make really good pants that tend to fit that, but it's always a struggle. And so when I find good pants at a cheap price, I do not hesitate, I do not hold back. I go for it, because it may be another like 6 months to a year before I find a pair of pants that I like again. For tops, I really like J.Crew cashmere. I've told you guys before my two favorites are Club Monaco for kind of like those thicker cashmere sweaters that have a bit of more weight to them, and then for a lighter cashmere knit I really like J.Crew's because it's a lot thinner. It's more of like a t-shirt weight that they've kind of perfected, that's not too thin to the point where it's going to be transparent but not too thick where you're going to be too warm as the seasons change, or if you want to layer them. So I've picked up before some of their sort of short sleeve shells with the round neck, and I have that in like a kind of teal color and a pink color that I feel like you guys have seen a lot in my videos. I wanted to get a few in more kind of basic fall colors, and I really recommend these. They fit beautifully, they feel very comfortable, they don't look bulky because it's such a thin cashmere, but the quality is really good on them because I washed the others before, the short sleeve ones, and I've been really pleased with how they looked. So I think I picked these up for about $50 to $60 each, which is really not bad for cashmere. And so there's this kind of heather gray one, and then of course, because you guys know from everything else that I've shown you that I'm a navy addict, I had to get one in navy because I think I only have long sleeve shirts in navy or tank tops, so I wanted something in the middle, and I just, yeah, the navy addiction came out, so I got the navy one as well, and watch that be the one that I wear the most. To show you some more navy, I also have a stripy nautical inspired tank that I think will look really cute with like a navy cardigan basically, or a leather jacket, or I don't know, just be a really good basic. And I couldn't resist this because it was 10 bucks, which for J.Crew is super cheap. Everything at J.Crew is super expensive always, especially in Canada, so I just kind of shopped to my heart's content a little bit in their clearance sale to try and get J.Crew at a cheaper price. So the actual last item that I purchased is a pair of pajamas, because J.Crew pajamas are ridiculously expensive normally. They're like $100. I was really lusting after a pair of tartan ones from last year that I kept seeing on every fashion blog, and they were over $100 and I just could not justify it. So in the clearance sale for about 20 bucks they had this one, which is very much like a man style pajama, but it's made out of really nice cotton, and the detail on it is just beautiful because it's got this crimson trim on it that I hope you guys can see, and little sort of pearly buttons, and then this crest here that looks quite dressy and neat. It's enormous even though it's a size small, but because it's 100% cotton it's definitely going to shrink when I put it in the dryer. That is it for this massive basics haul from J.Crew. Let me know what basics you guys are on the hunt for fall. I'm still looking out for a few things, but I'm glad to have done kind of the bulk of my basic shopping that I will be needing to transition into fall 2014. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!